Hi, this is Brandy and welcome to Fantastic Fiber Friday. Today I have a lot of stuff to talk about. The first one is, of course, going to be the fiber of the week, which is Raka, which is kind of a very cool Hungarian sheep with spiral horns that come right off the top of the head. Very neat looking sheep. Very primitive fiber. I know I showed some pictures on Wednesday's blog for those of you that didn't see. This is what the fiber looks like washed and dyed. And I actually did comb out some top with my handy dandy medieval torture device wool combs here. It is actually long enough to use as English combs, and it comes out beautiful. I love this preparation. It's very primitive, very tough, durable type wool, and I honestly think it would make an awesome warp or weft for a rug. I also did card some. Didn't like this preparation quite so much. It spun up a little differently than the comb top did. And just to show you the difference, here is the comb top spun. And it's very fuzzy and lumpy and, well, not super lumpy, but a little bit lumpy. But it's spun nice and tight. It's good and strong. I really do like it. And here is how the roll log spun up. Kind of super lumpy bumpy, like first spinning it wanted to stay together. Those short bits wanted to stay all together. They didn't want to pull apart very well. And actually I did pick this place before I put it on the wool combs. So that just, or not the wool combs, the carders. So it kind of does go to show you, but still also a very neat preparation that might look very cool as weft. So if you want to learn more about this really, truly unique Hungarian sheep, you can check out Monday and Wednesday's blog. I also, on to other things, have finished my crochet along finally. And this is the summer crochet along for Lion Brand. Of course, I didn't use the called for yarn. I used yarn that was worsted weight instead. And I think it came out rather cute. I really do like it. It's a little too warm to wear it today, obviously, because you can see the fan here behind me. But I think it turned out really well. It's really cute, and I can't wait to have a cooler day to actually be able to wear it. I haven't yet blocked it, but I think it looks good unblocked. So, if I can get it off because I'm sticky. But it's basically two large rectangles that came to points on the end that are attached together. And there's your construction of it. Very cute idea. I love the shape of this. I like how it drapes. And it's not like little tiny shrugs that would just make me look like, well, I've got a lot up here in front, let's say, okay? So, I'm so glad I got that finished, so now I can work on my shawls and get them done. Though I have made some progress on went berrying, I haven't made any progress at all on Claris. And I really need to get my button gear for that. I wanted to show you some new things that will be going into the store shortly. And I'm going to start out with some new recycled and rescued bats that I have made up this week. So you can see, let's see, we got some recycled silky and a purple and red and a green, yellow, and orange. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and here's some in a blue and purple and orange and yellow, and oh, I love this one. That's cool. That turned out so cool. And let's see, any more recycled silky? I think the rest are rescued and recycled. Oh, here's some recycled silky. A purple bomb. Love that. That's gorgeous. So those were the recycled silkies that I made up, and this is a rescued and recycled. I think I called it rainbow because it kind of looks like a rainbow. And all of these, oh, there's another one. No, this one's the rainbow. All of these will be heading into the store this weekend. And I do have some art bats coming too. I just got to get the rest of them carded up and they'll be going in there too. So there'll be a better variety of colors for those of you who are like, I want to see some rescued and recycled art bats in the store. So they're coming. They're all coming. And another thing I wanted to throw out there at you guys is that I have a friend who makes all my stitch markers and such for me, and my knitting row counting bracelets. Yeah, try to spit that out. And she came up with some new ways to make stitch markers. Now, our original stitch markers, as cute as they are, had this nice wire here, so you could put any size needle through them pretty much, which I kind of liked. But we know people like different things, so we decided to try some different ways of making them. We decided to try some, I forget what these rings are called. They're kind of like the ring you would use for a key ring, but they're nice and big, and they would fit a good size needle as well. And I'll post some pictures of these up below the video so you can get a better look. And the little fish are actually quite cute. They look like little earrings almost. But that was one thing she had thought of doing. Another thing she had thought of doing is she took some toggles from some of the bracelets and used that as the ring at the top and created a little dangle, and I think that is absolutely adorable. I have to say, quite honestly, these are my favorite. I love butterflies, and I just love that. It's like jewelry. This is so like jewelry for your knitting. I just adore these. And then the last one she's got here are the bent wire. I don't know how well you can see. I don't have a cameraman today, so I'm just doing the best I can here. And I like these as well, and she can make the eyes in these about any size, well, up to a certain point for the length of the piece of wire, but these are really nice too. And I have some like these that I have used before already. So I'm going to post some pictures of each type at the bottom of the video. And I'm going to do a little poll to see which ones you like better, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And we'll see what people seem to like and what they gravitate towards. And finally, I'm going to talk about what's been going on with Ravelry. I had quite a few thoughts on this, and I've had a hard time pulling it all together. I saw the original letter that was sent to Ravelry, and if the trademarking thing is an issue, I really had no problem with changing the name, if it even is an issue, because I don't think Olympics and Ravel Olympics are that much alike, but if it is an issue, it's an issue. However, I didn't like the tone of the letter. They were very, very nasty and degrading to what we do. And that got to me, that they would just be kind of that ignorant and not really understand what we're about on Ravelry. They didn't take the time to actually delve in and figure it out. They just found a few patterns that had the word Olympic in them and decided they were going to have a problem with it. And I just felt that was really wrong. The first apology was like, uh-oh, we pissed off 2.2 million people with pointy sticks. It was an attempt, but it kind of came across just like the letter did, very unthought out. The second apology was definitely better. It made me feel a little bit better about the whole thing, because the first apology was like, oh, we're sorry, send us your stuff. And I didn't like that so well. But in conclusion, I just think the Olympic Committee, the United States Olympic Committee, made a mistake. They should have checked their background a little bit better before they sent off a letter, especially with that tone in it. Although it may have been a form letter, it had definitely been modified. And they should have thought out their apology a little better so they wouldn't have had to do it twice. And and it doesn't change my thoughts about the athletes or anything like that, because the athletes do depend on this committee, and the committee does depend on its trademarking for people buying into the trademarking, and I understand that. So when all is said and done, if we need to change the name, we need to change the name. They really do need to learn how to apologize a bit better when they're wrong. It was more like, it wasn't, I'm sorry I offended you. We're sorry we offended you with what we said. Not, I'm sorry I offended you, which is way different. So, those are my thoughts on the matter, and I think I could probably go on, but I think I better close it up now before I bore you guys to death by rambling on. This is Brandy from the Fiber of My Being. I will see you next week.